For weeks now, New Jersey residents have been plagued by unexplained drones flying overhead. You can see tiny lights.
You're telling me we don't know what the hell these drones are in New Jersey are?
That's right.
Officials don't know where the aircraft came from.
Are we under attack or about to be?
We have no freaking idea what these are.
The U.S. Navy has finally acknowledged that videos appearing to show UFOs flying through the air are real.
Ability to hover over the water and then start a vertical climb and then accelerate in less than 2 seconds and disappear is something I had never seen in my life.
In recent weeks, there have been several notable developments in the United States concerning unidentified anomalous phenomena, UAPs. On November 14th, 2024, the Department of Defense released its annual report on UAPs, which mentioned over 700 reported UAPs. Just like in this video,
there's a red light and then there's a big bright light.
They're absorbing around it. I know, Ella.
Where the one that's...
Bro, I'm telling you, that shit, there was a shit ton of lights right now lit up. It's just hovering there. No way, bro. It's gone. No, it's still there. It's still there.
It's hiding in the clouds. I'm zooming in.
That's what my brother said. In the clouds. In the clouds.
Yes, I'm zooming in, babe. I can see the saucers in my zoom.
I know I can see it.
You can see it, Zaid, huh?
I can barely see it.
many people have seen strange lights in the sky during the night. Some even distinguishing shapes that looked nothing like the aircrafts we are used to, while many cases were attributed to balloons, drones, satellites, and aircraft. A small percentage remain unexplained. For this video, I am not sure what to say of this. It certainly does not seem like an aircraft, since it is stationary and too bright. A balloon would not be visible. Same for the satellite, as we'd see it move rapidly across the sky, and its light would be barely observable, like that of a star. Could it be a drone? But why exactly were there so many? What were they doing at that hour in that place? This one is even more bizarre, as it seems like an organic bioluminescent floating brain.
Тут кучка, как вот переливается. Хрен знает, что там. Может. Но я такого вообще никогда не видел.
That displays shape-shifting and slow drifting movements. From the language in the video, I will assume it is nowhere near the USA. Does this mean it is a global phenomenon? Take a look at this UAP sighting in the broad daylight in Costa Rica. It looks exactly as a flying saucer, but its movements seem rather slow, aren't they? You can tell it's not a balloon because you can hear several gusts of wind throughout the video, and the object is completely unaffected. What do you think is the explanation for this sighting? Of course, perhaps the craziest sightings are coming from New Jersey, which seems to have been swarmed with the UAP sightings lately. Check out what this photographer caught.
It has a round, like, shield around it. Fucking nuts. Well, right, that's zoomed in, 208. And I'll show you the drone right now. Up in the sky.
This UAP looks perfectly round, with a strange bioluminescent blinking. Personally, I have never seen any kind of drone looking like that. What do you think? Let me know if I am missing something. These people caught on camera several weird lights approaching from the skies. Just look at this.
Quiet.
That's
Look
a
at it.
UFO,
Look at it. Look at
dude.
it on the camera. It's like a dome.
That's a UFO.
Quiet.
What the fuck? Like literally,
Look
dude,
at that
that's
thing.
weird in the sky right there.
Dude,
Dude, are we watching a comet or a shooting star falling?
No, that's not moving quick enough. There's no tail. That's a UFO.
There's no blue or red
Look,
lights.
something's coming off.
Dude, this is nuts.
Look at the UFO.
Look at the lights going off in two sides,
Oh,
though.
look, it's moving. Look at the lights are moving around it. What the fuck?
It's hovering.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I see that.
Look, it's going up. It's taking off. No fucking way.
What the?
What the fuck? It just went out to space.
What?
It just went out to space.
What the
It just
fuck?
went out to space.
What the fuck?
Holy
Oh my
shit.
god. Hey guys, Vandenberg.
What I think is strange is how frequent these sightings have become. In response to how often UAPs appeared over New Jersey and surrounding states, the Federal Aviation Administration implemented a ban on all drone flights in the region. So, if not a very advanced drone, then what exactly are we seeing in this video? But besides sightings of these UAPs, there have been reported some strange events going on with our radios as well. Just listen to what this guy caught on his radio.
The hell is that?
Sounds like a bizarre humming or growling sound. If you would listen to this with your eyes closed, you could swear it's some kind of creature growling. What exactly is this? Some sort of failure with the radio? Or something more bizarre? But with all these sightings, we need to keep an open mind. This photo has been uploaded many times over the past weeks. People claiming it is some sort of alien spacecraft. However, let me show you exactly what it is. Apparently, it is some sort of balloon with a weird shape. The light and the quality of the photo made it look metallic, making many believe it is yet another UAP. Keep a skeptic mind, folks. This next clip is fascinating for two reasons. First, it comes from a well-known conservative political activist and author, Charlie Kirk. Second, it's absolutely genuine. No foul play here.
Those are not airplanes.
Yeah, they keep circling.
They just keep circling. And they're going to go away.
And there's nothing on your radar right now?
No, there's nothing there. I can zoom out.
Now the light's going out.
They're gone.
Have you ever seen anything like that before?
A couple times in this area. But
We're flying over New Mexico?
yeah,
Which is Roswell, which is where all those...
correct. It's where all the weird stuff happens. But they're going to go again.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
They've been doing it for like the past hour.
What do you think they are?
Something was above them and not showing on radar. The disturbing part is that they are above New Mexico, where supposedly an UFO crashed in 1947 and alien bodies were found. Of course, it was all deemed as just a conspiracy theory, but that is a crazy coincidence.
They're at 100,000 feet?
They would have to be. The X-15 flew at 300,000 feet. Here they come again. They're coming around again. You can see the one. He's going to get bright, and then it's going to go away.
So they're above us
Yeah,
significantly.
zooming up. Look, he's going to get really bright. And then it's going to go away. The whole flight I've been wanting to call you up here. I'm like, who's going to think we're crazy?
I'm seeing it myself, but look, your radar would pick it up if it was an aircraft, right?
Yes. There's one below us at 8,000 feet. There's another one below us at 6,000
There's
feet.
nobody out here within
200 miles. There's nobody.
But what kind of a thing would not be picked up on radar?
Yeah, exactly. Something small.
Could it be military?
I would think so. I think it has to.
But why would they be just showing lights and doing stuff like that?
Those two dots are far above the aircraft, appearing and disappearing in a pattern. And more importantly, they're not detected on radar. These must be seriously stealthy objects to evade radar detection.
The satellites are a much higher orbit than that.
I don't know precisely how high the orbit is.
So is that again?
I would think, yeah.
They seem to be moving.
Exactly. One night Pete and I were flying, we swear they were dogfighting.
Really?
What it looked like something out of Star Wars.
Have your other pilots ever seen anything like this?
We talked about it a little bit, especially going over El Paso, down by White Sands through here.
This is really strange. Even the pilots believe it can't be satellites because they're circling around the same place and they would be way below the normal altitude. What we're seeing is at around 100,000 feet. For you to understand just how strange this is, normal planes usually go up to 43,000 feet. Only reconnaissance aircrafts reach that altitude. So, someone is secretly watching that area from above.
And no logical explanation.
The only logical explanation would be a satellite, but I don't know the satellites that does a circle in the same place. But they come again, you can almost see three of them. There's one, they're lower on the horizon now.
It's like they're in formation now.
Yeah, exactly. And there's like one coming up behind us.
Yeah, there's two of them right there. And they're way ahead of us.
Yeah.
Could they be surveillance?
Yeah, my conspiracy theory mind just starts going crazy.
The question is, who's doing the surveillance? Humans or aliens? I don't see how we can just write these things off. I mean, there's definitely something there. There's an ongoing debate on the internet about the existence of alien unknown flying objects, but videos like this one can certainly make you wonder. In this video, we're looking up at the cloudy sky, and we notice a remarkably strong bright light shining from within the clouds. This light is moving as if it were an aircraft, and it's so intense that it resembles a miniature sun. The light takes on an orb-like round shape. Some viewers who've seen this video suggest that it could be a UFO sighting. UFOs are often associated with emitting unusual lights and traveling at high speeds. However, it's essential to note that there's no clear, definitive evidence to confirm this as an actual unknown flying object sighting. On the other hand, there's also no straightforward explanation for the presence of this strange, glowing orb in the sky. It remains a puzzling and intriguing sight that raises questions and sparks curiosity. If you have insights into what this might be, or if it's a rare natural phenomenon, please share your thoughts with others. At first glance, it's just a highway near a gas station. Nothing unusual here, right? Well, not exactly.
Что случилось в небе? Что за хуйня? Бля, сам в шоке. Что, весь город свет вырубило, да, только что?
Could it be some kind of alien technology? Honestly, it reminds me of Independence Day, when the spacecraft enters the atmosphere. Obviously not that massive, but still, whatever this is, I'm pretty sure it's no natural phenomenon. So, could it really be something from another world? If the last one had me guessing, this next one, if it's real, is almost certainly out of this world.
shit?
Three bright orbs in the sky. How many times have we heard this before? It's practically folklore by now. From the Foo Fighters spotted by World War II pilots to the mysterious lights hovering over the Nazca lines. These sightings have been reported for centuries. But what are they? No one can say for sure. If you ask me though, it's got otherworldly written all over it. Witnesses in Baltimore are asking for help identifying a strange phenomenon that's left everyone completely shocked.
That is some kind of an artificial background, an artificial sky, yellow. Looks like wires, maybe? Yeah, that's trippy. That's trippy. Hold up, let me get another angle. Gotta see this. Look at this. Big time. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Get out of the way. Look at this.
It looks like some kind of magic being cast in the sky. Flames or flares spreading across the horizon. Almost as if the sun's rays are interacting with something in the atmosphere. It's got that eerie, unexplainable vibe to it. Almost like something otherworldly is happening up there. Some viewers are even claiming it's the veil being lifted by some higher power. But what do you think? Is it some cosmic anomaly, or is there something more behind it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. There are two types of people in the world, those who believe in aliens and those who don't. But this video from 2002, it's enough to shock both sides.
Nada, es un espejismo que vimos.
¿Cómo apareció de repente?
No sé.
No se aprecia lo que sea. No. Es algo raro que vemos ahí, pero no se aprecia qué es lo que es.
At first, it looks like some kind of ship floating on the surface. But then, as the video jumps forward a minute, its shape has changed, and we're left staring at something otherworldly. The witnesses behind the camera are calling it a submarine. But come on, that thing doesn't look like any submarine I've ever seen. So, what in the hell was that? Is it an alien craft trying to invade us from the ocean depths? Or maybe, just maybe, they've been living there all along? This next video from Geneva Airport in Switzerland might just be the proof we've all been waiting for. There's definitely more to the sky than we know. Did you see that? It's like a small pod zipping across the sky at lightning speed. It's compact, round, and it looks just big enough to hold one or maybe two humans. Some believe these alien pods are actually created by mini UFOs. So, who knows? Maybe there was a mini UFO hovering around too. This footage could be genuine proof that our neighbors from beyond the stars have been sniffing around Earth. On April 29th, 2006, a passenger aboard a blue panorama flight from Rome to Paris captured something inexplicable through their window. The footage surfaced online, igniting debates among skeptics and believers alike. Some dismissed it as a hoax, while others saw it as undeniable proof of the unknown. CGI experts analyze the footage frame by frame. If it's a fabrication, it's an exceptionally sophisticated one. The lighting, the shadows, everything aligns too perfectly. Retired pilots, recalling past experiences, have seen strange things in the sky they described similar to what you see in this footage. Could this be a glimpse into a hidden world? Nature is often beautiful, but sometimes it gets so weird, it downright terrifies us. This clip, recorded by a homeowner in Papillion, Nebraska, captures eerie sounds coming from the sky, like someone dragging a heavy metal object across a floor. YouTuber Chilling Scares also covered these strange noises in one of his videos, noting similar sounds have been recorded worldwide. The most common is a persistent hum, first reported in the late 70s in Bristol, England. In some cases, these noises were so distressing that one person in the UK tragically ended their life. Logically, many of these sounds can be explained. In this case, it could be natural gas pressure releasing from a nearby well, or even a malfunctioning tornado siren during harsh weather. Whatever the cause, it's unsettling enough to give anyone chills. This Reddit user stunned the whole internet community by sharing this recent UFO sighting. The video, filmed on November 28th, 2023, over Tana, a village in Neath, Wales, shows a bizarre flying object which looked like a cube seemingly encased in a transparent sphere. Commenters are in a frenzy, with theories ranging from it being a UFO to a 5D object. The most intriguing is from one commenter that it's an NHI, non-human intelligence craft, potentially created by an advanced alien civilization. What do you think? Is this proof of something extraordinary, or just another mystery in the skies? In a world where the unexpected always seems to lurk just around the corner, Greece recently found itself as the stage for an extraordinary and downright bizarre spectacle. Watch yourself. This clip comes straight from the streets of Greece, where a protest was in full swing and riot control police had been called in to keep the peace. In the video, we see two policemen, fully geared up, standing there with looks of pure confusion plastered across their faces. And no, it's not the protesters that have them baffled. It's this thing. On the ground, right in front of them, is a strange ball-like creature. It's moving, almost like it's alive, but it has no head, no legs, no arms, nothing that resembles anything remotely human or animal. It looks like a rocky, slab-like mass, with mixed patches across its body. Honestly, it's one of the strangest things I've ever seen. Now, the skeptic in me is waving a flag, saying it's probably just a mass of crumpled papers caught in a gust of wind. But here's the thing, if it's not that, then maybe, just maybe, we're looking at something much weirder. Could it be that alien protesters are a thing now? Because if so, Greece might just hosted their first cosmic demonstration. We've all seen monsters in movies and shows, with terrifying designs that make our skin crawl. Thankfully, they are just fictional. Or what if I told you that some monsters already walk among us? Meet one of them. That thing is massive. This video, recorded by a hiker deep in the deer woods, shows what can only be described as a living, breathing monster, casually taking a stroll. At first, you might think it's just a lizard off in the distance, but as it gets closer, the reality hits. It's not just some tiny reptile. Nope, this is a gigantic, monstrous gator. And when I say massive, I mean beyond your typical adult alligator size. This one is like something out of a nightmare. A prehistoric beast that looks like it walked straight out of a lost world. You can almost feel the weight of its presence as it saunters through the trees, every slow, deliberate step adding to its menacing aura. It's not just walking, it's owning that forest, like it knows it's the apex predator around here. And honestly, what's this thing doing that deep in deer woods? I'm pretty sure the deer in that area must have developed some next-level survival instincts to avoid this guy. Thinking about going on a fishing trip, but don't have the skills to reel in a big catch. Well, a fish tsunami might just change the game for you. This wild footage comes from Thailand, where two friends set out on a casual fishing trip and ended up witnessing something that left them absolutely stunned. In the video, you can see an absolute madness unfolding. Thousands of fish launching themselves out of the water like they're at some kind of fish rave. They're crashing into each other, jumping out like hyperactive frogs, all while the water rushes downstream. It's completely bizarre. So, what in the world is going on here? Naturally, I had to dig a little deeper into this strange phenomenon, and it turns out it's called a fish migration, or more dramatically, a fish frenzy. This happens when a massive school of fish swims together in shallow waters, usually triggered by specific conditions. It can occur when fish are migrating upstream to spawn, or when they get trapped in an area after heavy rainfall or flooding. Whatever it is, one thing's for sure. I wouldn't mind if my next fishing trip got interrupted by something as wild as this. It's like nature's version of a free-for-all. The Loch Ness Monster may steal the spotlight when it comes to legendary sea creatures, but let's not forget about the Philippines' very own monstrous eel. Well, sort of. As the video starts, you see a family gathered around what appears to be an enormous, terrifying eel washed up on the shore. This thing is massive. Just look at the guy standing next to it for scale. Its appearance is straight out of a nightmare, with those googly eyes and a snake-like texture running the length of its body. But before you lose your mind, let me stop you right there. 'Cause this beast isn't real. Yep, it turns out this monstrous eel is nothing more than a well-crafted model. The video goes on to reveal how they made it from mud, painstakingly sculpting and painting it to look as lifelike and terrifying as possible. I've got to hand it to them. They did a killer job. But what if I had strolled down to the beach, ready for a nice dip in the water, and laid eyes on that thing? I swear it would be the last day of my life right then and there. Helping those in need is one of the most human things we can do. But sometimes, lending a hand can land you in some pretty terrifying situations. Just like what happened to this guard. This footage comes from an office's security camera, where we see a guard waiting by the elevator. But something is weird. While he's waiting, he starts making hand gestures and even seems to be talking to someone. The strange part? There's absolutely no one else in the frame. Just him. It's like he's having a full-on conversation with something completely invisible to the camera. It goes on for a few seconds until his radio goes off and suddenly, he sprints away like he's responding to an urgent call. At first glance, it's confusing, but things take a much darker turn when the guard later reveals that he had been talking to an elderly lady who needed help with the elevator. Like in the video, there's no one with him, just empty space, but the guard swears up and down that he was helping this lady. So, was this lady some kind of ghost or spirit? Whatever it was, it's pretty chilling to think about. You never know who or what you might end up helping. Always trust your gut. It could save you from something truly terrifying. Just like this mother, who had a sudden, inexplicable urge to check on her daughter. And when they later reviewed the nanny cam footage, they were utterly horrified by what they saw.
What's this? Well aware of the outside noise, the rumors, the rumblings, the pressure. He said, listen.
In the nanny cam video, it's 11 at night, and everything looks peaceful as the baby is about to drift off to sleep in her crib. At first, nothing seems out of the ordinary, but then the camera catches something disturbing. Now, this might seem like a normal shadow or reflection, but here's the chilling part. The mother swears that she and her husband were both in their bedroom at the time, and no one else was in the house. This figure's limbs were strangely bent, and while its outline and movements seemed humanoid, something about it was just off. Since the video went viral, people have been throwing out all kinds of theories in the comments, from ghosts to glitches. One comment stood out to me though. It offered a more logical explanation. Nanny cameras are notorious for lagging, and this commenter suggested that what we're seeing might just be a delayed recording of the mother herself, captured earlier by the glitchy feed. It makes sense, but let's be real. The thought of any unexplained figure showing up in your baby's crib is enough to send chills down your spine. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Do you struggle to keep your furry friend's teeth clean? Well, this Russian dude has the ultimate tutorial, but be warned, his pets is a bit unusual. This video hails from Russia, where a mix of bravery and, well, questionable judgment led a man to record himself brushing his pet's teeth. And his pet, it's a massive bear. In the clip, you'll see the man calmly holding a glass of water to rinse the brush, while his enormous bear companion sits there, behaving like a docile baby. The man then proceeds to open the bear's mouth, without a hint of hesitation, and begins brushing those intimidatingly sharp fangs, all while the bear remains surprisingly cooperative. Despite the man's vigorous brushing, the bear stays cool and collected. It's both astonishing and surreal to watch. A bear sitting so still while its teeth are being cleaned. Whether this man is incredibly brave or a touch reckless, one thing's for sure. The Russians sure know how to make some unforgettable tutorials. Growing up, I was absolutely enchanted by the idea of mermaids. The tales of these mystical sea creatures captivated my imagination. Now this recent video just rekindled that magical wonder in me. This clip comes from a private beach where a tourist was initially focused on recording some intriguing horseshoe crabs lounging in the sand. As he panned the camera around to capture the scenic beauty of the beach, something extraordinary caught his eye. A humanoid head floating just above the water. At first, he thought it might be someone taking a leisurely swim, so he moved closer for a better look. What he discovered left him utterly stunned. What appeared before him was not just a person, but a being with a fish-like tail reminiscent of the mermaids from folklore. This humanoid figure, with its upper body shaped like a human, but adorned with a sleek aquatic tail, was gliding through the water with an ease that seemed almost otherworldly. The way this mermaid moved through the water was incredibly convincing, and the sight was nothing short of mesmerizing. It's moments like these that make you question what we thought we knew about the sea and its mysteries. Speaking of mermaids, the last video you saw displayed a breathtakingly distant and enchanting image of these mythical beings. But have you ever wondered what they'd look like up close? Spoiler alert, they're not as pretty as they seem. What on earth is that? This unsettling video, which has been circulating online, is seriously creeping out viewers. It features a truly horrifying humanoid sea creature with a human-like head and a lower body resembling a jellyfish. To make things even more unsettling, there's another variant shown. This one sporting a jellyfish-like hat on its head. The most chilling aspect of these creatures is their teeth and facial features. Those teeth are not just ferocious, they're downright menacing, and the facial features look straight out of a nightmare. These creatures seem like they've leaped right off the pages of a horror story. But here's a bit of relief. These are computer-generated imagery creations. Yes, these creepy mermaids are the result of some impressive and spine-chilling digital effects designed to give us nightmares. Kudos to the creators for crafting such a convincing scare. There's a curious theory floating around that we're all secretly controlled by reptilian beings disguised as humans. I've always been skeptical, but this video from an Egyptian museum has me re-evaluating everything. This footage comes from an Egyptian museum where a tourist captured a truly unsettling sight of a mummified reptilian creature. In the video, you can see a large, monstrous mummified being on display. It features a reptilian head with fierce, massive teeth and an imposing face. But here's where it gets even stranger. The middle of its body is a bizarre blend of human and reptilian traits. It has a human-like ribcage and arms, with one human-like leg right in the middle. It's almost as if a reptile and a human had a baby, and that baby decided to bulk up on steroids. The whole thing looks like a character straight out of an alien predator movie. While I really want to believe this is just an elaborate hoax or an artist's creation, I can't help but feel a chill run down my spine. Sometimes, the most intriguing theories have a way of making you question everything you thought you knew. They say there are millions of insect species on Earth, but sometimes it feels like nature just wants to throw us a curveball. Like this little guy, for instance. This bizarre creature you're seeing was discovered by a farmer while he was working in his fields. At first glance, it looks like a grasshopper, but there's something unsettling about it. Its skeletal, almost alien appearance sets it apart. The exaggerated ribcage-like structure on its back and its eerie humanoid posture make it look like some kind of freaky hybrid between an insect and a tiny extraterrestrial being. It's like it walked straight out of a science fiction movie. Now, chances are this creepy look is due to some sort of deformity, or maybe it's just the close-up making its features seem larger than life. Either way, it gives off serious alien vibes. People who've seen this video are already labeling it as top secret alien footage. And honestly, with the way it looks, I can't really blame them. We've all heard the term creature of nightmares, but rarely do we ever get a glimpse of what one might actually look like. Until now. Yikes, that's terrifying. This footage, sent by an unknown individual, shows what looks like a peaceful park, until a monstrous spider-like creature starts creeping around. In the video, you can see this massive thing slowly crawling, with long spindly arms and weirdly shielded legs. It's got a hunched back, and its head, right in the middle, gives off some seriously eerie vibes. The creature's texture is unsettling too. It's like a mix of fur and some sort of black, tar-like substance that's hard to figure out. After moving behind a tree, it suddenly snaps its head toward the camera and starts walking straight at it, like it knows it's being watched. That moment is pure nightmare fuel. This thing, whatever it is, looks like it crawled straight out of the depths of hell. Living in the lap of luxury with all the modern conveniences, it's easy to forget that just a few hundred years ago, none of this existed. In fact, there are still tribes out there who are completely untouched by the outside world, living in a time that feels like a distant memory. This incredible footage was captured by a drone flying over the eastern Amazon rainforest, revealing signs of a hidden civilization. In the video, you can see huts made of leaves and sticks. And what's even more striking, they're completely naked, living in a way that looks frozen in time. The confusion and curiosity on their faces as they spot the drone is so telling. They've likely never seen anything like it before. The people you're watching are actually members of the Awa, one of the last uncontacted tribes on Earth. With around 350 members, they live in complete isolation, relying solely on the forest for their survival. Even though they're far removed from the modern world, their way of life is under constant threat. Outsiders are encroaching on their territory, putting them in serious danger. Fingers crossed that the government steps in to protect them. Because once these tribes are gone, we lose a living link to humanity's distant past. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. My mom is in Mexico right now, and one of our family friends said they saw La Lorna while on his pilgrimage. He sent me this. Every culture has its own set of spooky folktales, but few are as terrifying as the legend of La Llorona. And this guy just happened to capture her on video. This chilling clip comes from Mexico, uploaded by someone who said it was sent to them by a family member who claims to have seen La Llorona herself. In the video, it's dark, with only a single dim street light barely illuminating the street. But in the background, you suddenly see it. A figure in a white dress slowly appears. Then, out of nowhere, you hear that infamous, bone-chilling cry. The echo of her wail slices through the night, sending shivers down your spine. Even the street dogs freak out and start barking like crazy. The figure keeps crying in that eerie, haunting voice, and just like that, the video cuts off. That cry, it was definitely La Llorona. But who exactly is she anyway? La Llorona is a vengeful spirit from Mexican folklore, said to wander near bodies of water, mourning the children she drowned in a fit of jealous rage after discovering her husband's infidelity. According to legend, Anyone who hears her cry is doomed to suffer misfortune, or worse. Their life becomes a string of failures, and in some cases, they even face death. So, we've all just heard her cry now, right? Which means, well, let's just hope it's nothing more than a legend. Fingers crossed. This next video comes from India, where a group of villagers were left completely stunned by what their pregnant goat had just given birth to. It's definitely something out of the ordinary. In the video, you can see a freshly born black goat lying on the ground. But the bizarre thing about this little one is that it got way too many legs. Instead of the usual 4, this goat has a total of 8. There's an extra set of legs sprouting from its midsection and back, making it look uncomfortable, and honestly pretty heartbreaking for the poor thing. While these kinds of mutations might seem fascinating, or even a little intriguing to look at, the reality is much sadder. A goat with this kind of deformity likely wouldn't survive long. In fact, from the looks of it, the baby goat in the video might not have made it past birth, which is a real tragedy. Nature definitely has its strange moments, but they're not always easy to witness. For all the technological progress China has made, they still haven't figured out what the heck this thing is, floating down one of their largest rivers. This video, originally uploaded by Daily Star, shows what looks like some kind of massive creature slithering through the river. As the camera view zooms in, you can see this enormous snake-like body surfacing on the water, moving against the current. The sheer size of this thing is unreal. From its upper body, it looks like a gigantic eel or some kind of serpent, and honestly, it's unsettling. The fact that something this massive is out there, slithering around, has people seriously spooked. No one seems to know what it is yet, so it's no surprise people are already calling it a mysterious river monster. China, please figure out what in the world that thing is so we can stop freaking out. A boy from Sacramento uploaded a video on Reddit claiming that he and his friend saw something really strange in the sky, an unknown flying object, or at least that's what they thought at first.
No, they're circles, dude.
Are they?
Yes.
What the fuck?
This is the video they recorded, and you can see a series of lights moving across the night sky. These lights were arranged in a specific pattern, with some shining brighter than others at times. According to the uploader, the last light was different.
Look, that one's like an airplane shining, dude, chasing them.
He's convinced it was some kind of machine. It flashed brightly for a second before dimming to a faint gray, blending in with the others. You can feel the excitement and shock from these guys as they watched it all unfold. But don't worry, I'm here to take the pressure off. It's just Starlink satellites passing over your location. Yup, if you check the time and date and plug it into the Starlink tracker, you'll see that the satellites were flying right overhead. Still, it's pretty fascinating to watch, right? Some people believe artificial intelligence will be revolutionary and incredibly helpful, but others worry it could spell our doom. I didn't have strong feelings either way until I watched a video. What you just saw is a chilling example of artificial intelligence's power to create nightmares. The video begins innocuously enough, showing a strange sea cockroach wriggling around in what appears to be a cardboard box. But then, things take a horrifying turn. This unassuming sea cockroach morphs into a grotesque hybrid of squid and crab, complete with a large, unsettling eye. It has tentacles writhing out from its body, and it performs a disturbing floating motion. It's like a shape-shifting cockroach. But we know it's just computer crafting a nightmarish vision. This eerie creation got me thinking, if computers can already conjure such unsettling images with the right prompts, what other dark and terrifying scenarios could it produce? It's a chilling reminder of how far computer-generated imagery capabilities could go, and how it might tap into our deepest fears. While searching on the internet, I stumbled upon a jaw-dropping video from southern Iran that starts out looking like a typical dust storm, until the camera zooms in. In this unsettling footage, a driver in northern Iran encounters what appears to be a massive dust storm on the road and pulls over to investigate. As the camera closes in, it becomes horrifyingly clear that this isn't a dust storm at all, but a colossal swarm of locusts. Yes, millions of these pests are so densely packed that they create the illusion of a swirling dust storm. This locust plague is wreaking havoc across southern Iran, devastating fields and crops. The sheer magnitude of the swarm is staggering, with reports indicating that the density of locusts is so extreme that a 10 to 15 centimeter layer of dead locusts accumulates on the ground after pesticide spraying. It's a grim reminder of nature's power and the severe impact of such infestations. Got a boat and dreaming of a relaxing trip on the water? Well, make sure to leave a little room for Wally the walrus, because he might just decide to join you. This amusing clip comes from a group of friends enjoying their time on a yacht when they encountered a truly bizarre scene.
Look at that beautiful cream chair.
The video starts with an empty boat floating in the middle of the water. Suddenly, a walrus emerges from the depths and clambers onto the boat. With its considerable weight, the boat begins to rock perilously, almost tipping over. Fortunately for everyone involved, Wally manages to settle on the boat without causing a full-blown capsize. Known for his antics, Wally has a reputation for hopping onto boats like this. Who knows, maybe Wally's planning to get his own boat soon, and leave us all behind. A man was filming a river in Payson Canyon when he heard noises in trees above the area that caught his attention. He turned his camera as he looked up, trying to catch whatever there was on camera, and that is when he caught the elusive creature on camera. A huge creature can be spotted behind the trees wandering in the woods. The walk looked almost human-like, but the physique did not. The creature looked more like a human than any animal, but a gigantic one, making the man realize it could be the infamous Bigfoot. The man captured the footage in the spring of 2015, but said he was unsure if he should show it to anyone, because he didn't want to sound crazy. However, he later found some courage and uploaded it on YouTube, causing mixed reactions from everyone who laid their eyes on it. As for the authenticity of the video, I leave it up to you, the viewer, to decide. Uploaded on YouTube in 2020, this video looks like something straight out of a horror movie. In just a couple of seconds, it gives us a glimpse into how scary the world could be if we could see the ghosts with naked eyes. It was recorded by a security camera set up in the Garden of Ninfa in Italy, a place otherwise known as one of sublime romantic beauty. It is basically the ruins of a medieval town near Rome, and for now, a great sight for tourists. However, this clip just gives us a glimpse of its most terrifying side, as we spot a ghost crawling on the ground. It appeared to have no legs and disappeared into the bushes just seconds after appearing on the camera. It could be a genuine ghostly encounter, given that Italy as a whole has such a fierce history. Could it be a soldier's ghost reliving its struggling last moments? Humans have always been curious in nature and untouched places where no one has been for years, always spark a pinch of curiosity in us. The same thing happened to this man who saw an abandoned cabin in the middle of the woods and decided to explore it, and that too in the dead of the night. As darkness covered everything, the man moved in the unexplored territory with just his flashlight and camera on, unknown to the danger that was about to come his way. As he moves forward and goes into the cabin, a creepy cryptid appears on the camera, stunned by the sudden appearance of the human who had disturbed its peace. At first, it looked like a cardboard piece or something, but the glowing eyes and the way it slightly turned after spotting the man makes it look legit. The creature was small, had black skin, and 2 piercingly glowing eyes, giving it a look of a devil in the making. This was enough to freak the man out as he runs for his life. What exactly was that thing? A demon, a ghost, or something else? Recorded and uploaded on TikTok by a user named DeBlankers, this video had everyone in shock when they first saw it. What appears to be a spooky night soon turns into actual terror when a weird-looking creature appears on the screen crawling on the ground. The creature looked very skinny to be a human, and yet it did not resemble an animal either. What was it? For many, it was the infamous skinwalker accidentally caught on the trail camera. However, for others, it was just a hoax and nothing else. As the video gained more and more views, the mixed reactions it was getting got intense. Till today, no one has been able to tell what exactly it was. Was it really the skinwalker? What do you think? Hiking can be fun until you come face to face with the ultimate terror that nature is. In this video, we can see from the point of a few guys up a mountain slope, looking down at a bear making its way down the path. They are increasingly worried, yelling to get off the trail. We soon can see the 3 men on the other side of the trail making a run for it. I have to say that in this kind of situation, running is perhaps your worst choice. These killing machines of nature can catch up to you in the blink of an eye. But luckily for them, this bear did not seem in the mood to run, perhaps being already full from another meal. When you think you have seen it all, nature takes the weirdest things and puts them right in front of your eyes. For instance, in this clip, this man saw a creepy creature rolling around in the hay bush. At first, he could not decipher what exactly was it, but soon enough, we realized that it's actually entangled snakes in a strange way. What were the snakes up to? Were they fighting over something? Or is it their way of making love? The first time I saw this, it made me think of the mythical creature called Hydra, but on a miniature scale. Anyway, quite a bizarre sight to see while walking in the forest. For more interesting and strange footage, check this out.